Hey there, everyone. This is Madhog and this is Devar.
What are you all doing here? I thought I told you. You didn't have to come. Mask of Eternity and all. It's the game that you're not supposed to be here for. What are you all doing here? Are you crazy?
No, I'm just keeping them all hostage. And they developed a Stockholm Syndrome for me, so now I have them at the tip of my fingers, basically. So this is King's Quest, Mask of Eternity. It's actually not even numbered, come to think of it.
No, it's not.
Most fans know this game as King's Quest 8. Actually, most fans pretend this game does not exist.
Within
for all the
good
right
reasons.
Yes, but this game is actually titled King's Quest, Mask of Eternity. It doesn't have the number after King's Quest, unlike any other official King's Quest games. Why is that? Because this game is not actually a King's Quest game. I mean, they gave it the title to sell more copies, but the developers of this game blatantly stated that they did not mean to do a King's Quest game. That boggles the mind.
Yes, and you could definitely tell with how they shoehorned in the names of Daventry and...
Yes, also known as not Daventry.
Yes, they're nothing like the originals.
That's actually one of the minor problems that this game has.
Oh, yeah.
And to further exclaim that point, Devar, why don't you tell us what did you have to do in order to get this game running on your computer?
Oh, gosh. It was a nightmare to get sorted. No... Ugh.
Much like most 3D games coming out for the computer back in 1998. I mean, do we even need to talk about how hard it was to play Grim Fandango?
Yeah, the thing is, I have to tell everyone something here. I could only acquire the French version of this game.
Yes,
so that
only the French version. Good luck figuring out how to play this game.
Yes, and the thing is, because of its being French... I thought, you know, since it's been sold in a European country, I could change it to English. But no, there's no option. No such thing. And that's not even the start of the problems. I couldn't get the game to run at first. Not until I patched it up. But then the patch didn't actually play the game properly. It crashed as soon as you even tried to get into the game itself. It wasn't until my good friend Madhog here actually found a patch to work on Windows 7 from a German website with an English installer, may I add.
By the way, applauses for Madhog. Yay!
Yeah, give him a medal, I guess, because he got us to play, well, he got me to play this, game. And
yes.
The mind boggles. We're playing a French game patched by Germans in English.
That has to count for something in the record book, don't you agree? Not only that, but we're not even going to comment on this game on our usual format-wise, because Devar couldn't get me to see the game footage as he was playing through Manicam on Skype. So, what we had to do was for Devar to pre-record the game on his own and then show me and him the footage as it was pre-recorded for us to comment on.
And slightly edited just to get out the chaff that I had to go through.
So yes, this is our most peculiar episode of MADPlay or Fellow Bravers or whatever you want to call this. This is our most peculiar Let's Play video, because it's not technically a Let's Play, it's more like a podcast with gaming footage going on, much like the Team Yume Gamecast.
That's probably it, though. It's probably going to be MADPlay's Gamecast.
Let us not complicate our lives more than they need to.
But yeah, also I'm going to have to explain something here. The first thing you're going to see is an English intro to the game. I had to get that from another YouTuber online. Thank you, by the way, to whoever I got it from. And
you don't even remember the name. That is so professional.
Yes, I end up doing it really quickly. But it's someone who basically says, let's jab at King's Quest. But anyway, as I was saying, so you're gonna see an intro that's in English. I just basically put on at the beginning. Originally I would have showed this in French, but when you press the button that says review intro, I believe it's say from French to English translation.
Yes.
It doesn't play at all, and it just kicks you back to the main menu.
Oh, wow. Okay, so to recap, we're about to comment on a French game with an English intro that has an English patch taken from a German site. Did I get this right?
Yes. This is worse than a Metal Gear Solid plot twist.
Well, it is rather convoluted, but I wouldn't say that bad. I mean, you can still make sense of it given the circumstances. You cannot make sense of anything in Metal Gear Solid. But anyway, let's get started.
Yes, so I'm gonna play the video, and we're gonna talk over what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
So here's a scene here. Graham and some other guy are talking about...
Oh, look at that FMV glory from the late 90s.
Yeah, they're talking about something to do with a harvest or something. Like, oh, yeah, lovely. Yeah, everything's lovely.
Is that the magic mirror from King's Quest 1?
Yep, that pretty much is.
Well, at least we have one callback to the King's Quest series.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. And here...
Anyway, we're seeing live what's going on, somewhere in the world. I wish we could do anything about that, but apparently we can't.
And here's the titular Mask of Eternity.
And here's the freaking generic wizard evil guy that does something to the mask and causes everyone to turn into stone. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, get ready for the most douchiest voice in English.
Morning, Sarah.
By Connor here, who is our main protagonist.
Wow, so the first King's Quest game that doesn't star a member of the royal family.
Wait, Connor.
And it's not actually a King's Quest game. It is a King's Quest game only in name.
Also, if you noticed, her broom disappeared from her hand instantly.
Okay, so not only does it turn people into stone, but it actually makes kitchen appliances disappear. The Fiend!
This is kind of a strange thing for me, because she turns to stone, but yet he doesn't.
No! Yes. I guess you could surmise he wasn't turning to stone because by mother of all coincidence, it just happened across the mask itself that for some inexplicable reason just landed on his feet.
Yeah. By the way, here I am in the menu, just basically sorting out my options here, just to show you that it's in actual French. And
yes. Privé, Clune de la Masque, volume 9, options,
and I'm playing on Facile, which will be the easy mode.
Yes, we did a test recording of this, and we couldn't get far in this game with the normal mode.
Yeah.
Many technical problems that this game has.
Yeah, and I gave Madhog the pre-recordings of that.
Oh yes, by this time they will be already uploaded on my channel, so... yeah.
And here he is talking to the statue of the girl, now further away from what looks at it.
I think the girl, as you put it, was his mother.
I think it was a neighbor of some description. And here we are, we're actually in the game. By the way,
Yay.
You have to play this game with the arrow keys and the mouse pointer.
That seems like the most frustratingly difficult way to play a game on your PC. Usually in games like first-person shooters or third-person 3D action games, you would have the mouse to move the visual around and the WASD keys to move the character around. But having the directional keys to move the character so close to the actual mouse makes it a bit what's the word I'm looking for?
Convoluted. as you can see here, I'm looking through my controls and options because for some reason I had it in my mind's eye that I could move the camera around, but I can't seem to. So
not only you are stuck with the most obnoxious gaming default settings ever, you not even have the ability to move the camera around. Well, isn't that splendid?
Any one of you who have played this game, please tell me if you can move the camera or not, because I get the feeling that it's a big resounding no right now.
Anyway,
yeah, I'm just basically getting myself acquainted with the controls here.
Again.
Yes, again, because...
Okay, you have to appreciate how disproportionate this guy's biceps look compared to the rest of the body. It's like it's trying to retain some of the more cartoonish design from the King's Quest games, except all King's Quest games up until 7, which was basically a Disney knockoff from an aesthetic standpoint, they all look really pretty realistic. I mean, the human shapes. So really, the giant biceps are really just distracting in this case.
Yeah. And this is...
Retire menu de gens d'enfants, and the jumping!
Yes, look at that jumping! He hits his head on the ceiling, for goodness sakes.
He's the Olympic champion of jumping, isn't he?
Yeah, and here's your battle thing.
So how do you battle in these games?
Real time.
Yes, I get that, but how do you battle?
You go close to an enemy and just click on him as fast as possible.
So basically it's World of Warcraft.
No. Think, Diablo, but if it was a third-person perspective.
Instead of the isometric viewpoint that would allow you to actually understand better what was going on around you. So basically this is broken Diablo.
Yep.
Fantastic! I'm already invested in this train wreck.
I'm not. I was never invested in it to begin with.
What did you bump against?
The statue of the woman.
Okay, funny thing is, from that perspective, as in with the camera behind his back, the statue looked a lot more distant than it really was.
And look at that, Connor just punched the guy for two punches to the face, and that was it.
Do you gain experience points in this game?
If you do, it's kinda not stated really well, because...
Okay, no, please, have him walk backwards again from that perspective, please. Please do that.
I have no idea whether I do that or not.
It almost seemed like he was doing the moonwalker. That brings me joy. So, did you do the amazing backflips jump that brings you to the roof again?
Actually, I did try this out, but much later. I actually decided to try at some point jumping on other people's houses if I could.
Yeah. By the way, take a look at that landscape.
Ugh, don't remind me. Oh wait, look at this. Watch me what I do here.
It's a chicken. I killed the chicken! Death to all chickens! Damn you, chicken! Why are you so elusive?
In case you didn't notice, I beheaded that chicken with his fists.
That's saying something. You beheaded the chicken by just... Not even by touching him, but just by moving the hair around the chicken with the power of your fists.
By the way, look at my fists icon. Notice that shine to it. The numbers have risen as well. I don't know why that happens, but it's because I did something. That means I'll be slightly more powerful.
Okay.
Because of it, apparently. I'm
so,
taking a wild guess on this.
Okay, so tell me exactly how these games control. I mean, you use the directional keys and the mouse, but do you need anything else?
Yeah. In the insert key to jump. It's above the arrow keys in my view, but it's still awkward to try and push that. Because
yeah, it's really...
all your fingers are on the arrow keys, but you have to move at least one of your fingers away from the arrow keys, and just to push the insert key.
It sounds extremely awkward. I mean, it's as if you had the WASD keys to move, and with your thumb you had to somehow reach the space bar to jump, which doesn't sound very comfortable at all.
No.
I mean, worst case scenario, you end up straining your hand.
Yes.
You have to go to the hospital, to the hand hospital, and the nurse is going to look at you. No, nurse, I swear it's not what it looks like. I just strained my hand trying to reach the spacebar while I moved the character. It's not what it looks like. Please believe me.
By the way, guys, I believe this is Connor's house because at this point he says, my dagger. As in, it's his dagger. I know a tiny bit of French to know that, at least.
So, does he have parents?
By the looks of it, no, because there was no one else in the house.
Okay, so... Does he have any stakes? Because, by the looks of it, the only people that are turned into stones are people he doesn't really care about.
Yeah, well...
And by the way, this is a problem that the King's Quest series always had, in that the Daventry doesn't seem to be a very populated kingdom. Call it limitations of the hardware and the animation stuff. But this is a big-time 3D action game that was a really ambitious project at the time.
You would think so.
And for that matter, shouldn't Daventry look like actually Daventry instead of this dark greenish wasteland that doesn't have any personality whatsoever?
Yeah, because of the way it looks, the dark... Yeah, oh yeah, here it is. I'm trying to jump onto the house roof here to basically see...
Okay, if Sir Graham was the master of tip-tap, then Connor here is the master of the backflip.
Yes.
Backflip! Whee!
Yeah, I think I give up at some point. But anyway, I was about to say, graphically speaking...
damn you, Wool! Damn you, Wool! I will best you someday! You truly are my greatest nemesis.
Graphically speaking, this game, it has it looks dark. It doesn't compared to what King's Quest usually looks like, which is very pretty, bright.
Even if it has really dark depths sometimes.
Yeah, but the fact is, the graphics here look very bland.
Oh yeah, Connor. Oh yeah, Connor. Make that target pay for its misdeeds. Hiya! Yeah! I like the Connor's way of thinking things. Who turned my family and my loved ones into stones? Was it you? Was it
you, pile of hay?
Was it you, pile of hay? I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you! I'll kill you to the death! I'll kill you to death!
Yeah,
was it you, tree? Was it you, pile of grass? Okay, was it you, chicken? I kill you,
look
chicken!
Look how he runs with that dagger. He's like, I am off to be a hero.
That's a very dainty run too.
Yeah, as I was about to say, while running around in this town, it all looks so dark and you could barely see where you're going in front of you, and buildings just appeared,
that is the classic fog of war trick in the earlier,
just to cover up technical
in the older 3D games, and the only games that actually did age well while still employing the fog of war, as I call it, were the Silent Hill games, because there was a literal fog there.
Yeah, it also doesn't...
Also, kill the chicken, kill the monster, kill the bush, kill the grass, everything must pay, everything's story, revenge!
Those were undead, and I put my dagger away thinking that it's gone, but there's no enemies until that guy comes up behind me. Okay,
so far the combat seems fairly easy. I mean, you kill enemies with one hit, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very dumb combat, to say the least.
Oh, it's a dumb combat, alright.
But, Connor must continue his savagery and heroic deeds.
What is that?
It's a pig.
Kill the pig! Pigs!
I did it. I killed the
Pigs!
pig.
Damn you! Curse you pigs! You killed my parents!
But yeah, it's funny you mentioned Silent Hill, because I actually was thinking this game was Silent Hill because of the way, because it has dark atmosphere.
Actually came out before Silent Hill. I mean, this game is from 1998. Silent Hill was from, I think, 1999 or 2000.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that because I only know that it exists, Silent Hill. I never actually played any of them.
Other games that came out for the computer in 1998 were Half-Life, for example. And, judging from just for the characters' models, it looks slightly better than Half-Life, but at the same time, the environment is so generic, it looks worse.
Yeah, it does. And this is the point where I noticed there's a crossbowman at the other side, and I didn't realize it at first until... Oh, I best get that guy.
I must run towards victory! Oh, he almost fused with the wall there.
Yeah, he clips through the wall constantly, but not actually right through it. By the way...
Yes, it is so dark you can barely make out anything that's going on. That's a bit frustrating. Isn't that riveting to look at, folks?
Yeah. I think I'd be tempted to say do not raise the gamma on post-editing, just so then people can see how dark it is.
I had no intention of doing so. Why would I even do that?
Well, it's just some people do it just so people can see what's going on.
No. We are showcasing this game for what it was. That technical mishap born from a terrible misconception.
Look at this Resident Evil-like crossbow controls, and it barely does any damage, so you might as well stick with the dagger.
Okay, but I know this game has some hotkeys, right? And hotkeys, by definition, are supposed to be quick ways for you to use particular items or moves in order, not to lose your flow of the game. It's something that strategy gamers love to use to the death. But in this game, hotkeys will handicap you because you have your hands on the directional keys and your other hand on the mouse, and you're trying to make sense of the most awkward way to play this game that could ever be programmed in. So really, and the keys are on the keyboard, which is on the far left. So trying to reach the hotkeys from there, it's just counterproductive. You have to remove your hands from the controls and move the character, and during a fight that can be a death sentence. So really, you will learn not to use any hotkeys here.
Yeah, it's more easy to just hover your mouse over the items you want and then just click
Honestly,
on it.
Why did you even program this game to have the mouse incorporated in it? Why didn't you just, just with the keyboard? I think it would have worked better, since, the mouse is kind of useless, come to think of it. This is not a point-and-click adventure game, it's an action game.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about this King's Quest. It feels like a spin-off game.
If only you dropped all pretenses that this was a point-and-click adventure game, or a graphic adventure game as a whole, which is what fans expected of this series, and then you turn up with a completely different genre that doesn't even have the decency to be a good game, or a well-programmed game. No wonder the fans were enraged and outraged by this. It wasn't just a betrayal because it was a badly programmed game, or a game that was not King's Quest with the name King's Quest on it.
It was barely a shadow of itself.
No, it wasn't even an adventure game, it was an action game. They completely changed the genre and pretended that it still had anything to do with the King's Quest series.
Oh, here we are. We're talking with this sorcerer or wizard or something that's been half stoned.
Well, that seems uncomfortable. Hey there, man. You need anything? Water?
Also,
hot dog?
look in the background here with the goblin. I was so distracted by the goblin.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to work. Don't mind me. Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
So anyway, this guy.
Yes, I'm just pointing at his eye because, God, everyone's got black eyes in this game. There's no eyeballs in their sockets.
Oh, it reminds me of the characters in Zombie Outlaw. Come to think of it.
This is so bad. That it was so distracting to see just black abysses in their eyes rather than the usual.
Also, whatever that goblin is doing in the background, maybe he's collecting butterflies. I don't know. Collecting shells from the beach and for his collection. I don't know, it seems like the life of the one goblin might be far more interesting than this character's own adventure.
Also, I have no idea what they're saying at this point, just because, well, French.
Okay, random nonsense. Okay, go that way. Sorry, which way? That way! Sir, could you please point the way with your functioning limb instead of the petrified one? That might be useful. Oh, sorry.
Force of habit.
Unfortunately, I don't have control of my free limb anymore. It was a stroke, really, 70 years ago.
Connor just looked at that piece of paper as if it was the most confusing thing he's ever seen.
Huh? What is this? Paper! My real enemy!
Yeah, that paper that he got given is a map, which appears in the bottom right corner, as you can see.
Alright.
That helps no one.
Okay.
I don't think it helps anyway, but it's just there to tell you...
Death to all who are not like me!
Death to anyone that's not human!
The guy doesn't seem like the brightest. He could just have a southern accent. Cold like, Rachel, the family has been turned to stone by evil foreigners. I must dust off old Betsy, which is my gun, and go on after them in my own version of a black revenge movie, except with a white guy.
I actually check out a place here that I would assume.
Oh, this doesn't look anything taken from Ocarina of Time.
No, it definitely doesn't, does it?
No, definitely does not.
At first, I think that I can make that. Basically, just wait for the thing to go away from the certain area I would want to go to and jump. But nope, apparently the game doesn't want you to do that.
You considering how high he can jump, you'd think he'd be able to do that jump, but nope.
Yeah, see that?
Okay, that's ridiculous.
That's a ridiculous jumping height. And
yes, I mean, okay, guys, either you tweak your jump not to be that high, ouch, by the way,
yeah,
or you allow the character to jump in places he can obviously reach with that high of a jump.
Yeah, I basically think that at this point, wait, maybe there is an item or something I can use to basically stop the thing, or a lever to pull or something, but I find no lever.
Okay, an actual puzzle in a King's Quest game, imagine that.
But I'm gonna spoil something for you guys here, because I played this game for an hour and I couldn't find a single item other than the ones that are usable.
Okay, imagine if the solution to it was just to punch the thing.
I didn't try that, actually. I should have, but I didn't.
That was really awkward.
I was trying to get
this King's Quest game. We went from incredibly convoluted and idiotic solutions to impossible puzzles to just solving everything by punching. If it's not one extreme, it's the other.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Here comes Connor's intelligence.
Oh, I bet it's really low. I'm going to kill you, Meal. This is
that,
what you get.
Take that, Mill Wheel. Yeah.
This is what you get. This is what you get for killing my puppy.
Seriously, I tried this, basically thinking, oh, what if I stick my dagger in it? Maybe something will happen.
Sure, why not?
I mean, it worked on enemies. Why not this?
Yes, I mean, what, a dagger I use to kill things does not work on a Meal? That's preposterous.
Yeah, I get stuck here and I try and jump out of this, but look what happens here. By the way, he still lives after that.
Wow, in true King's Quest fashion. Things that might kill you don't kill you. Betrayal, I guess.
To be honest, I kind of miss.
And by that I mean sarcastically, because in King's Quest everything kills you, and in this one, he was fed on by a meal and he's still alive. I call shenanigans on that.
Yes, I call bullcrud on that as well. I mean, there's actually another disappointing thing, but I'll talk about that when we get to that point.
My God, this is so dark. I mean, is this game starting off during night? That could be justifiable, but still, this is such a barren wasteland. I mean, and you think Fallout looks like a wasteland. It is a literal wasteland, by the way.
Yeah, like I said before, this reminded me too much of Silent Hill just because of the way it looks, the way townspeople are like...
Silent Hill has actually far more variety in his presentation than this game.
Yeah, I know, but oh yeah, this is quite morbid, this bit.
Oh.
There's a baby in there, a 2D baby. It's a rock baby.
Honestly, this would be morbid and macabre and give you a sense of what's exactly implied with everything being stoned and give you a proper stake to actually start this adventure with and motivation to do what's right. If it wasn't for the fact that the rock baby looked like a flattened pancake.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't they get a 3D model for that one baby in order to give this whole game a little bit of credibility? They couldn't even do that. The baby looks like a pancake. That's like, just ridiculous. That's laughable, not morbid. That's just laughable.
It's like they didn't want to make a 3D model for that baby for some reason. But anyway, from that house
whoa. You mean to tell me this game does not have quality control?
No, bro.
I wouldn't believe that even if you told me.
Anyway, from that house with the rock baby.
I mean, look at this wonderful environment, full of life and color and brightness
and look at that
detail.
Awesome fountain they had. I mean, it was so grandiose.
Oh man.
Anyway, as I'm about to say, from the house with the rock baby in there, I actually got a pair of leather boots I stole from that house, which raises the number slightly in the bottom left corner where Connor's chest is. Also, here's a strange little thing I can do in the tavern here. Once I actually does it, look, see that? It shakes the screen as soon as I try and take a drink, but yet he doesn't take the drink at all.
What the what is this?
It's a strange detail.
Why?
I have no idea.
Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Do not drink, kids. You will cause earthquakes.
Look, Madhog, bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yes, yeah, totally didn't cheat.
Yes, and that's why they call me Bullseye.
Bullseye Connor.
Bullseye Connor, yeah. I'm like that Baywatch character.
Yeah. I'm trying to think now, but actually a bit of trivia. At this point, when I was playing this game, my twin brother and my fiance were both in the room with me at the same time when I was playing this game. Boy.
I wish you had recorded that. It would have been fantastic.
Nah, I only wanted the game sound, so then me...
Okay, so what was their, no doubt, casual reaction to this game?
well, since my brother knows what King's Quest is, he was going, what the fuck is this? And when I told him it's King Quest, he goes like, fuck off.
Okay, I think that pretty much summarizes everyone's reaction to this game's existence back in the day.
Yeah.
If I didn't know anything about this game, but I was a fan of King's Quest, I am not a fan, but regardless, and you showed me this game, and you told me, this is a King's Quest game. No. This game was made by Roberta Williams. Not only was made by Roberta Williams, it was spearheaded. The entire project was spearheaded by Roberta Williams herself. She wanted it to make it exactly like this. It's not even say, oh, it was Vivendi Universal that wanted this game to be like this because at the time Sierra Online was being incorporated into Vivendi Universal, which would be later on incorporated into Activision, which would make Sierra disappear altogether. But no, this is how Roberta Williams wanted the series to become. Oh.
Yeah, we have more zombies here.
Oh, how original. By the way, you have to like the way that they blend with the grass.
Yes.
They're basically the same color. Good job programming this perfect game, Roberta Williams and company. Truly, the transition from 2D to FMV to 3D was as smooth as ever, you guys.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. By the way, there's a bit of times where I stop here just because I have no idea why. The game seems to load something.
Oh, yes. Yes, this game also has an infamous problem with loading times.
Yeah, so most likely it's because it was loading up the castle here.
Wow, that castle, that block of Minecraft blocks sure needed a lot of time to be loaded.
Yep. And here's an enemy I just killed.
Wow! You're fighting a slightly bigger goblin than before.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. They seem to have taken some sound effects from Doom with certain enemies.
Why does it not surprise me?
It doesn't surprise me either, but yeah, at the same time I was surprised to hear it because I didn't expect King's Quest to remind me of Doom at one point.
What a world we live in.
Yeah, it's a night ghost here, and I have no idea what's his deal. Either.
What's everyone's deal in this game? What was the deal of people making this game in the first place? I'll tell you what the deal was. The graphic adventure genre was dying in the late 90s. And partly because of Sierra itself, overflowing the market with basically the same type of games over and over again. So, they made a decision, and that decision was to take the graphic adventure genre, conduct it behind the yard, talk to it about bunnies and the rabbits, and then shoot it in the back of the head. If that reminds you of the ending of Mice and Men, don't worry. The analogy was completely intentional.
Yeah.
Aside from taking, Larry behind somewhere, I mean, he was not behind anything. At the end of the book, he was by a river or something like that. But anyway, the analogy still stands. So yes, Roberta Williams is George. And the graphic adventure game genre is Larry. So he gets shot in the back of the head. Roberta Williams was the one who basically invented the genre. She created the graphic adventure games. She is the one who basically gave birth to the genre. So when the creator of that same genre is the one that tells you this genre is dead, so let's turn a beloved adventure game franchise like King's Quest into an action game, when the mother of adventure games does that, that just feels like the biggest betrayal ever. That is the real reason why everyone felt so betrayed at the time. And it's not like, this was completely necessary to do. I mean, I can understand the place Roberta Williams was coming from. Sierra needed something new, some innovation. And the genre of graphic adventure games needed some innovation and improvement. But there is a difference between improving a genre and just, doing something that doesn't even remotely resemble it. And it's not like they were not capable of doing something like that. I mean, in 1999, Gabriel Knight 3 came out. It was the last adventure game the company ever produced.
Yeah.
And it was an actual adventure game, but it looked completely different and it was innovative in many ways. That's what King's Quest VIII should have been. Not this generic 3D action game that just feels like Roberta Williams turning her back to her loyal fan base. We both have experienced a lot of betrayals as we grow up. I mean, Escape from Monkey Island, for example.
Yeah.
That was...
At least that still had the decency to try and keep it as a puzzle adventure game.
Yes, here's the thing. As awful as it was, as much of a betrayal as it was, and as much of little respect it had for any continuity whatsoever established by the previous games, or even with the awful, awful tank controls of the Lua assistants that were so awful, I hate them. The point is, Escape from Monkey Island, for all of its problems, it was still an adventure game. King's Quest VIII was not. They sacrificed creativity and innovation for the sake of trying to make what was popular at the time. And they couldn't even do that properly, because, well, you just died.
Yeah, I died here. And look, he jumps on my corpse for good measure.
That was the first online troll teabagging performance.
Yeah. Also, at this point, I was like so peeved off, I actually started over again. Also, I had to edit a few things here just to cut off the chaff. But here's the point: I actually decided to try and redo the jumping on the house. So, yeah, just watch closely here. Compared to all the other houses, for some reason, only this particular house has
Oh my god! He's humping the roof! Somebody stop him! Somebody stop this man!
Connor, the roof humper!
Oh no, that is so awful.
Also, it's kind of weird. They have a chimney, but there's no hole in the chimney.
Oh.
So...
Well, okay.
That raises a few questions.
I see you edited that part out.
Yeah. Also, here's another funny part. Look at this bat.
God, must kill the bat! He killed my third cousin's roommate!
Yeah, I just end up killing the bat there.
And
this part is just to show off something interesting. While he's doing that, you can actually walk away from while he's talking.
Wow.
This is funny. You could walk away from him while he's talking.
Okay, yes, keep talking, old man. I'm just going to... I'm just going to edit out this entire part and skip to the...
Yeah, this is a weird part, because there's a cross here, but I noticed there's a strange beeping noise anytime I try and hit this thing.
It must be the game's pacemaker. I think it needs to change its battery if it wants to be kept alive at this rate.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
And oh wow, so much skipping in this game. Yeah. And I don't mean just corner skipping.
I actually wanted to show off that you could destroy barrels, because I end up forgetting about that.
Do a barrel roll!
Do a barrel kill or a haul.
Do a barrel kill! Must kill all the barrels! They killed my cousin's pets or something.
You statue, you are to blame for all this.
Must kill everything that moves, and even everything that does not move. Oh heck, must kill everything!
Oh yes, and this is actually a very funny bit, because I actually don't skip for a while now, because I actually decided to check a new area completely from the entire game. Well, from this entire session.
Whoa, Devar, you don't need to break this game more than it is already broken.
Well, yeah, the game doesn't need the help of that at all. Then I'm glad I didn't put any effort to find an English version, considering how let's just say intricately designed this game is.
Oh ho 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 ho.
I swear that Connor mentions names of these characters, but I have no idea who they are or who he's talking about.
Why would you even bother to remember them? They're just... Okay, so this whole gimmick with the turn people into stone spell and curse you need to break, I think it's more like an excuse for the programmer not to have actually talking NPCs in your game, because they will cost money. You would require effort to make NPCs, basically, so better make stones instead.
Yeah, which this game has done. And there's a swing here randomly. I didn't realize they had physics.
Heal
in
the
this game.
swing! No?
Oh, wait,
okay.
wait. This is weird. We bothered him while he was on the toilet, and he tries to hit me with a newspaper.
Okay, so that happened. Apparently we just killed Shrek. Good riddance, I say. Good riddance.
Well, that was here's me thinking, that was a strange Duke Nukem moment I just had.
Yes, because let us remind you, a King's Quest game is, in fact, making a spink of Doom.
And Duke Nukem. And Silent Hill, for no reasons.
All things that had nothing to do with King's Quest, but then again, this game has nothing to do with King's Quest. So...
I actually thought at this point, he was holding a newspaper, so maybe I could pick up the newspaper, because I was like, holding on to dear hope that I could have an inventory, like a puzzle or something, involving a newspaper.
Nope, your inventory is down there in the stats bar.
Yes.
Isn't that riveting?
Yes, extremely riveting.
And guess what? By the looks of it, it looks like a limited inventory, which is our favorite kind of inventory, isn't it?
This was how desperate I was for items. I was trying to cut the swing in hopes that, oh, I can get the swing and maybe use it for something later.
Nope.
I was so desperate to see something.
You cannot use your intelligence and wits to solve your life problems. The only solution is killing things! Stop them with a dagger!
Also, they drop money, so I'm gonna guess you're supposed to be able to buy armor and such later on in the game.
Okay, honestly, game, if you're trying to be the Legend of Zelda, you're not doing a great job at it.
No.
I mean, Ocarina of Time, for all of its problems, and it's not aging all that well to begin with, it's still playable, you know? It is a playable game. You know?
Yes, we all know how playable that game is.
Not really all that much playable by my standards. And I have to admit I did not grow up with it, so I missed the magic of its original release. But my first Legend of Zelda was Twilight Princess, so going to play Ocarina of Time after playing Twilight Princess inevitably feels like an underwhelming experience. It's not necessarily the game's fault, it's just me who played Twilight Princess first.
Yeah, this is a weird place, because I could push this hay pile here, so I assumed there was a platform somewhere in this room, but I couldn't find one for the life of me.
Well, you can find the roof easily,
yes, you can
by the looks of it.
Yeah, you can find the ceiling fine and dandy.
Yes, your head, specifically. How bland is this character, by the way? I mean, the cast, like all the characters in King's Quest are not really known for having much of a personality to begin with, but at least they are, physically immediately recognizable.
Yes.
Connor just looks like random peasant number 245.
Yes, he does. He looks like a random peasant that, could be an NPC anywhere you could find.
Instead, it's the main character.
That sends a lot of hope through your heart, doesn't it? And I was still thinking maybe I could get some items from these barrels, but there's
nope. They are just there for you to.
Oh wait, I did pick something up. Because I just saw that I picked something.
So the chances of you to actually find an item in a destructible,
barrel.
bigger item or barrel are just 1 every 9 barrels. Basically, that seems riveting again.
So so far this is. At this point, I was just drained of everything, and here's me thinking I could explore up this path, but no, they blocked the way.
Curse you, rocks!
Curse you, rocks, controlling my every progression.
Hey, lay off the rocks. Rocks are cool. I think Maud and this guy wouldn't be best friends.
No. I don't think this guy would be best friends with anybody in this town. I actually just realized and remembered that you don't have to actually be close to the enemies to
Okay, how does that make any sense? What? The heat detection system seems to be all over the place in this game.
It's kind of strange, the hit detection, because I swore that I just click as long as I just click the attack button, then everything will be fine. That'll be doing...
Also, you've got to love that frame rate going on here.
Yeah, the frame rate is not the best, and for some reason I was trying to attack him with a crossbow.
Wow, a 3D game from 1998, it doesn't have the best frame rate. Big shocker, I know.
This is where I get actually my own back on the troll or goblin upstairs. I don't even know what this guy is, but I actually get him back in the most cheapest way possible that I could with the game.
You're taking advantage of the lackluster hit detection system?
Actually, yes. Look at this. I just attack him through the corner of the wall.
Oh my gosh, you're killing the air around the goblin, so by killing all of the air, he dies by suffocation. Genius!
I know, right?
I am going to use my knife to destroy all of the oxygen!
By the way, we're almost to the end of this video. So, basically, I accidentally end it in the most King Questy way possible.
By dying?
Well, yeah, but you'll just have to see how I do it. But right now, I'm basically looking around the place, desperately trying to find progression, as well as anything to scrounge up any King's Quest in this, other than name and titles alone. Let's see. At this point, I was thinking...
Okay, honestly, it's supposed to be night, I guess, but it looks like you're actually on this castle in the void of space.
Yeah, it's like it's
you don't even have
black
stars! Hole. The black.
Oh yeah, here we go. Because of the controls, I ended up falling to my death.
Wow.
And the worst part of it is, I wish there was puns still. You know you have a bad game when you're wishing for puns.
Wow. You were warned ogre and ogre again.
Yes.
Also, Can you save in this game, by the way?
You can, but I didn't bother at all.
Oh, alright.
So I just quit the game because I was thinking, nope, no more, never again.
Yes.
Just everything about this game, just from looking at it, you know instantly that, you know, it's not going to be a nice time.
No.
And if the graphics didn't tip you off, then the controls and how it, you know, and how you move will let you know.
Yes, the controls are terrible and awkward. The graphics are also sloppy, and the frame rate is not great. But honestly, you know why this game is bad. Not just because it's a generic 3D action platformer with the name brand of King's Quest attached to it.
No, it's because of what it represents. It's kind of funny though, to say that this game was like the execution of the genre. The funny thing is that they never actually went away, the point-and-click adventure games.
Adventure games never really died out, but they have never since then and will likely never, ever have the popularity and mainstream exposure they had in between the late 80s and early 90s. They were the most popular thing to play on the computer at some point.
Yeah.
Then, with a combination of both the market being flooded by titles that were basically all the same old, recycled, washed up, nonsensical Sierra Logic, Moon Logic mess that unfortunately most games turned out to be at the time, coupled with the rising success of other PC genres such as the first-person shooter, that brought the specific rib of the gaming industry that was the graphic adventure game genre to its knees and to its folding in. And the folding in happened in the worst way possible by Roberta Williams betraying her fans, Monkey Island, and LucasArts betraying his fans not once, but twice by canceling Sam & Max Freelance Police in 2004, which is something I will never forgive them for.
I won't either. I was actually excited for that one too.
Thank God for Telltale Games, before even they betrayed us by not making adventure games anymore, but glorified cutscenes with some interaction to them. That's the kind of games Telltale makes now. But anyway, I'm going to go on a tangent here, so I better stop while I can. So basically, bottom line is, everyone betrays me.
Everyone betrays everyone.
Yes, but here's the thing. I do not despise the inherent idea of King's Quest Mask of Eternity existing, because I understand where Roberta Williams was coming from both a creative mind and an industry standpoint, but I dislike the idea of this game existing as it ended up being. No matter how you spin it, it looks like they were trying to capitalize on whatever was popular at the time, and they gave it a brand name in order to attract buyers. I had fun watching Devar struggling with this game. It was entertaining to me.
Oh yeah, it was something, that's for sure, for me.
That's why I had this spot.
Yes.
Next time we should play one of the classic King's Quest games.
We end this fool's quest onto whatever quest that we're gonna go on for that one.
Who said it's going to be the end?
You do?
I did not say it was going to be the end. It is only just begun.
I can't take that seriously.
I know, it's ridiculous. It never worked. It was so stupid. Was this thing ever a thing? I mean, it's so silly. It is only just begun. Take me seriously, you guys. I'm a villain.
It's not the end, but only the beginning. It's like everyone uses that line.
This has been our commenting on a pre-recorded footage of a French game with an English patch taken from a German site, which is a French version of the American game King's Quest Mask of Eternity, which was terrible. Yay.
Yay! I'm glad we went through all that just for this.
And remember, whatever you do,
punch the pigs!
kill the bushes!
Jump on the roofs! And move daintily across the village and fight zombies!
That blend with the backgrounds, the fiends.
Camouflage zombies.
Yes, and all that. King's Quest, Mask of Eternity. More like Mask of Incompetency. And also, how disappointing it is that nobody here died by drowning in grass.
No!